Hey, this is JC and welcome to Small Brick City. In this video, I'll be doing a review of this product called Light Stax, and these are bricks or light bricks that can be incorporated into your custom Lego building or MOC that's my own creation. If you watched my previous video on the Lego church, I used the Light Stax to create a stained glass window effect above the door, and it really adds a lot to the build. So first, I'm going to talk about the product, explain how it works, and then I'll give a breakdown of how I incorporated the Light Stax into my build. So let's get started. First, I'd like to give a shout out to my friends Adeline and Mark who gave me these light kits as a present. As I understand it, it's a present for my birthday, Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's, everything all rolled into one. So as you can tell, my friends are really cheap. No, I take that back. I shouldn't disparage them that way. They aren't cheap, they could just be poor. Before I received the present, I never knew that this Light Stax existed. But to be fair, I'm not familiar with any of the lighting kits available. I've seen lots of videos with people who have lovely Lego cities and they've rigged them up so that they all can light up. But that's not something I'm particularly interested in. I do know there's a lot of wiring and LED lights involved, and it's not really how I want to build my Lego city. My Lego city is quite modular. I do move things around quite a lot, and I don't really want wires running all over the place. But that's just me. So that's why I didn't really look into lighting kits for my buildings and Lego city. But when I got this, I realized this is quite different. These are self-contained bricks. If you're familiar with the light bricks from Lego, this is similar, but just imagine that on steroids. These are much brighter, they run on rechargeable battery, and they are modular and scalable. Let me explain the basic concept first. There is a power pack, and that's this black brick over here. It's incorporated into my build right now, but that's a 4-stud by 4-stud brick. And there's a rechargeable battery built inside the brick, and that can be charged using a USB micro cable and to a power bank or to a power source. Now these are light bricks, or they're Light Stax bricks, and if you take these bricks, they all have a circuit inside so that when you add them onto or stack them on top of the power bank or the battery pack and you turn on the battery pack, the bricks will light up. And if you stack the bricks on top of each other, so if you stack, let's say 10 on top of each other, as long as one is connected to the battery pack, all of them will light up. So there are quite a few possibilities. I should highlight that all of them light up if they are bricks, like 2x2 bricks, 2x3 or 2x4 bricks. However, for these round studs, they do not all light up. I'm not sure what's the reason. Maybe there's a big gap. But at least when I tried to place the studs on top of each other and I placed them onto the battery pack, only the bottom one would light up. The rest do not light up. It's not too big a deal because it's quite bright, they're LED lights, and if you stack regular studs as I did, they all light up just due to the light running through the column of the studs. So that's just one point to note. If you want to stack these round studs, they do not light up as the bricks do. Other than that, let me just open the different kits so you can see what's inside, and then I'll show you how I incorporated the Light Stax into my church build. Let's start off with this one. This is known as a system kit. When I checked the website, it's called the tuning kit. Now, if you are interested to know more about this product, go to lightstax.com. Now, this particular website isn't really great, but go over to distributors, or where you can actually buy the Light Stax from, depending which country or region you are in the world. They've got distributors worldwide, but you have to go to the individual distributors website to see what products are available. And when I went to the lightstax.com.eu or .co.eu, I found that a comprehensive list of all the products and the prices. Well, this one was called the tuning kit. Now I've already opened it, so this isn't an unboxing, but when it came, you could actually press the button here and you can see the bricks light up. But it's got nice packaging. This was actually a Kickstarter project which has gone into production, and I guess they've got now distributors worldwide. So it's got a nice hard box. It opens up and you basically get a kit like that with bricks. The power bank is in my build right now, so I can't show it to you. You get some lamps or lamp posts so that you can actually create lighted lamp posts. There are extension wires, so these are bricks that I guess you can attach to the power bank, and you can lay a line so that you do not have to just have all the bricks stacked onto the power bank or the battery pack in order to light up. So you get, I think, 2 sets of these extensions. You have a USB cable, no power bank, so you will need a power bank like this. This is your typical mobile phone power bank charger, and this can charge and light up the battery pack for the Light Stax. And you get a variety of bricks. So there are transparent 2x2 bricks here. There are some modified 1x2 black bricks. There's black bricks here. There are 1x2 clear bricks. You get a bunch of these studs in different colors as well. Just to be clear, you get different things because I've taken some out to incorporate into my church. But if you can see it on the side here, you can see exactly what you get. You get different quantities of the different things, even the extension cable, or you get 4 and they come in different lengths. So that's pretty versatile since this is a kit. So this is something you incorporate into your own builds, and it's not something you can actually just build straight away. Now, Light Stax do have products where they have builds that you actually can put together, like they have guitars, maybe some animals that are actual like Lego builds, simple builds, and every brick lights up. But in the case for, I guess, AFOLs who are building a custom Lego city, you probably won't be interested in those pre-packaged building kits. You want these tuning kits where you have different random parts. Comes with some instructions, very basic, just telling you how to use the product, which is pretty straightforward. So that's the system kit, and this is the tune-up kit. These two are expansion packs that you can use to incorporate more bricks into your custom Lego city or buildings. These are bricks, and you get a variety of different bricks. I believe you get a 2x2 bricks, 2x3 bricks, and 2x4 bricks. And once again, you can see it here. It doesn't say 2x3 bricks, but I thought I saw 2x3 bricks. We'll open it in just a bit to check those out. These are all round studs. And once again, remember, they do not all light up when you stack them up. But you get a whole bunch of studs. You get 6 each for all the different colors, but 10 for the white ones. And for all the bricks, just like any LEDs, the white tend to be the brightest, and something like the red will not be as bright. And that's not because of the power or anything, that's just simply because of the shade of the translucent plastic. Let's have a look at this expansion pack. And you get a whole bunch of bricks. Now, again, not made by Lego. These are just Lego compatible, but the clutch power it's pretty good, very decent. So you get 2x2 bricks, and yeah, so I was wrong. You don't get any 2x3 bricks, but so it's 2x4 bricks and 2x2 bricks. And so basically, if you just stack them off, and I believe even if you don't stack them completely, if you do a staggered formation like that, they will light up as well, I think. Don't take my word for it. But those are the bricks, and over here, as you would expect, these are just the studs. In fact, you saw them in the previous system kit box. And it's just like that, just pretty simple. You get mini bags of the LED studs, and that's basically it. So those are the expansion packs, and I think as a gift, this was great to get the system kit and the expansion packs together, because they gave me enough flexibility for me to create lighting for my MOC. So let's check out my church now and see how I built these Light Stax into the build. So here we have my church, and I built the Light Stax in the front of the church. I do have some stained glass windows which I designed back here, but just due to the technique, there's no way I could use the Light Stax for these lights. So when the lights are turned on, at least some light bleeds through and we can see the stained glass on the back. But for now, I'm just going to focus on the front, and I'll remove the roof because it's modular style, and you can see the Light Stax there. I'll turn it on, and you do that just by pressing a button. And that's really self-contained, so there are no wires, but you can actually see next to the button there is a slot for the USB. In fact, it does come with a plastic plug that you can cover that hole with. So if I did want to recharge this, two choices. I can of course break apart the church and take out the battery pack, or I could simply take a power bank and a cable, and I would plug it in. And this would only of course be for charging it. Let's get that right. And now you can see the red light is on, so that is being charged. So there are light indicators as well for when it's charging, when it's on, and on the different patterns. So I think that's really nice, that fact that you can just charge it just like that. So if I wanted a static display, I just press it once, you see a green light and you can see everything lit. If I wanted to strobe, I just press it again to get to another pattern, and that's nice. Again, depending on what you're building, a strobing effect can look very well. Won't seem very cool for a church. Well, actually it would seem really cool for a church, but probably not too appropriate to have a disco church. Unless, of course, this is an old church converted to a discotheque, then that will work. And the next patterns are basically blinking patterns, but they go on and off at, I think, very long intervals, so we won't get to that. And when you switch off everything, there's no more light at where the switch is, so you know it's off. So now let's have a look at how I actually incorporate it into the build. So I'm going to just pull off this section of my build. It's not too hard to take out, at least for this particular build, but it really depends how you intend to incorporate it into your build. But now that you know how it works, you can think how you want to make it easier maybe to be removed. You could use jumper plates, or you can use regular plates. As you can see, the clutch power is pretty good. Things are just sticking to this plate. Alright, so let's have a look at what I did over here. Now remember, the battery pack is a 4x4 brick. And I actually have, I guess, 4 rows of, I basically used all the lights, okay? So here we have 1x2 white Light Stax bricks. On the base of the round studs, I have 1 Light Stax brick, and I have just regular bricks over here, or regular studs, and they still do light up. But to ensure that more light bleeds through, that is why I place white bricks in between, because I told you white is the brightest, so that if I put this in, at least you really get that pronounced stained glass look that way. For the front, I used 4 2x2 bricks, and that was to create that stained glass look for the front, and that's just like that. So let me try to remove this without breaking the church too much. Yeah, there we have it. See, that is the complete unit, self-contained. That's pretty cool, right? So once again, I'll just turn this off, and I'll pull this off so you can see. That's how it looks like. That's the battery pack. And so if I were to stack this up like that, turn it on, everyone turns on. And if I were to take these and place it on, they light up as well. So that's pretty cool, and this gives you many possibilities. One thing I should mention, you do need to ensure there's contact, obviously, because if not, the electricity can't flow. But sometimes I found that you need to build something with a plate on top or other bricks just to press it down so there's that connection. If not, if it's loose, you can see it can tend to just drop off. The clutch power between the 1x2 bricks doesn't seem as good as these 2x2 bricks. So that's just something to take note. You do need a good connection, and I always think if you're to have regular Lego bricks pressed above and on top, or above and below, just like that, that would ensure a secure connection. But for what it is, I think this is pretty good, at least for my needs. I could incorporate this, and because it's such a neat build, no wires, no nothing, I think that's the best thing about this. And of course, the button also makes it completely self-contained. And if you can design your MOC or your Lego building or vehicle, whatever you're building, and to incorporate something like that, everything works out very well. Here are my closing thoughts for the Light Stax. As a product, I think it's pretty good, lots of possibilities, but for AFOLs in particular, if you are building MOCs and buildings, I think if you're looking for a standalone piece, this is perfect. In the case of my church, I think it really enhances the build. It's self-contained, I don't have to worry about wires, I can charge it easily, and it adds a lot of texture to my build. But this is because I figure I'll only have one or two or maybe just a couple of buildings in my city with lights. It's kind of a nice surprise when visitors come over, or if I have a video and you see a featured building being lit up rather than the whole city. So if you are thinking of having one or two isolated MOCs and you want lights to be incorporated in, I think this is an excellent solution. It's neat, there are no wires, no hassle, and you build it within your build, which is great. But if you intend to create a Lego city which is completely lit up, so you're going to have multiple buildings, you have lampposts, different vehicles, different structures all lit up, this is probably not a practical solution. Since there are individual switches, of course you can combine and lay out the extension wires so that you can have one battery pack supporting multiple bricks and therefore multiple buildings. But you probably can find more cost-effective building kits, or if you spend a couple of hours learning how to, you can rig your own LED lights along with a power source and USB cables, and you could basically link everything to one switch so that when you switch it on, your entire city is lit up. So it really depends what you intend to do in terms of lighting your builds or your city. If you're going for individual MOCs like I am, I think this is a great solution and I can't recommend it higher. But if you want to do many buildings and cities, then you probably want to look at other alternatives. I hope you enjoyed this review and video. If you have any thoughts on this particular product, or you have any recommendations for other lighting kits, please let me know in the comments below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.